2, 1. Here we are. Hello, YouTube. I am Anna, your host today. Today I have the huge pleasure to see again Malu and Victoria for the first time with me as a host. Victor, I don't see for a long time. And Ricardo, it's my huge fan. It's part of my fan club. Oh. So welcome aboard, guys. Today we are going to talk about prisoners of habits. So basic about habits and routine. So I will post the questions here on chat. Then we can start. But as you know, we always start in a perfect way. So let's listen from Malu. Malu, present yourself.
Well, my name is Malu. I'm Brazilian, but currently living in Portugal. I work as a privacy product manager. So I started working with privacy and data protection, and then I kind of migrated to a more technology career. I've been here in TALKNTALK since the last year, and some months ago, I was in 8 hours a day here, addicted for TALKNTALK. But now I'm recovering.
Yes. And when I ask you about what is the reason that you become addicted on TALKNTALK, what is the first thing that comes in your mind?
The topics that we discuss here, they are always amazing, and you sometimes need to choose one, but it's not so easy. Not that easy. Then when you see you want to talk about 5 different subjects in the same day, and you need to I don't know, how can I say, equilibrate? I don't know, with the agenda that you have outside TALKNTALK. But that's why when I look for the planner, I think, oh gosh, it would be amazing talking about it. And sometimes not just subjects that we are more familiar, but others that are challenges for us, because sometimes here I'm talking about things that I've never taught, even in Portuguese.
Even in Portuguese. Yeah. And how about you, Vitor? How long I don't see you? I miss you so much. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you. I just want to say that I'm part of your fan base too, but I'm not here always because I can attend to your meetings. Today I'm here because my teacher just said, "Oh, I'm not teaching today. I'm gonna have fun." So I think, oh, I'm gonna, yes, I'm going to see Anna because I miss her so much. And your conversations are always like so good, and it's so, I don't know, creative in a way that I can imagine, just like in doing it by myself. But talking about me, I am Victor. I am 20. I'm from Minas, but nowadays I live in Goiânia because I'm studying at university. I'm an international relations student, and I also work in the area, not as a professional, but as an intern. But I hope so in the future. I will do it. Yes, and and I've been a long time just like far from English conversations. I'm also a Spanish host here. I love Spanish as well. And I'm trying to come back to the meetings to just, learn more.
Yes. And you, Victoria?
So, hello, I'm Victoria. I am 24 years old. I live in Rio. I'm a nursing student, and I am here in TALKNTALK since December, so I don't have a lot of time here. I'm a baby here, but I love it.
But can you attend more than 2 meetings per week?
Sometimes I can. It depends on my routine. Like sometimes I spend a lot of time at a hospital, so I can't take care of other things, but sometimes I can.
So you are not a baby at all. Since December, you're in the middle of the year. So you're not a baby at all.
Almost 1 year.
Yes, it is. Ricardo, it's your turn.
Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. It's the first city of Brazil. And, well, I'm working on IT area. Actually, I work as a telecommunications field, but nowadays everyone tell like IT. And well, I'm married, I have a daughter. I love watching movies and hang out with my friends and family and walk on the beach. São Vicente, south coast from São Paulo, so I live close to the beach, and so sometimes I go to the beach just for walking. According to my skin, is not received as some light sun, so as necessary maybe.
Yeah, seems you are not walking a lot.
Exactly.
Ricardo, do you work from home or no?
Yeah. I live in this dream. My office is on Barueri, so in this case I use it. Takes 5 hours and 5 hours and a half. When I have to go to my office, so in this case, I live in a dream.
Yes, so it's better to work from home.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about how to be prisoners of habits and like routine. Vitor, are you a creature of habit when it comes to some routines?
Yes, all the time. Like in the day, I need to follow some steps in order to just keeping the balance and keeping, my mind working. So it comes to basic things like taking a shower or even taking care of myself, to things in the work, like the place that I need to walk, the place that I'll go in the bus, and then I don't know, simple things that this little things, they're really important for me in order to just controlling the things, and also the way that I dress, my hair, and I don't know, everything. I think sometimes I'm not obsessed a lot with it, but I recognize that I do have it, and I just figured out that when I'm seeing other people, they don't have it like me, and I'm like, oh, you're just doing it. You're not gonna, follow it. It's weird sometimes. A thing that I can, remember it. I can sleep without brushing my teeth. I know it's an important thing,
Yeah.
but some people, they do it like, oh, I'm really sleepy. I'm not going to do it today, but I just can't, I won't do it. And it's more than just cleaning it. It's the habit of, oh, I'm going to sleep after that, just after that. And it's little things, but for me, it's my routine.
Yes. And you, Victoria, do you have something that it's like really part of your routine that when you can't do it, it's like your day it's different or crazy?
Okay, I have a lot of things because I'm a mom and I have a son, 4 years old, 5 years old.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if I don't have some habits or routine, everything just turn a messy. Like if I don't, okay, we are going to wake up, just take a shower and go to school and, just prepare everything. In the end of the day, I will just, okay, why I don't just follow my routine and the habits and, it's more easier with kids. Yeah, it's easier.
But do you have something for you that is part of your routine, not your routine as a mom?
I don't believe so. The only thing that I have to do is go to the hospital and just return. So the other part of my day is all of my son. So I don't believe I have something for me, just for him.
Yeah. And do you think it's possible to separate the Victoria that it's just you, then Victoria that's a mom? Because sometimes, an example right now, I asked you, imagining that you are like a person, not a mom, but sometimes it's impossible to separate.
Yeah, I believe it's like impossible because everything turns around like being mom.
Yes.
I'm here now, but I can't just be in another meeting after because I have to do some things before my son returns to school. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult to just separate one Victoria to another Victoria.
Yeah, really nice, really nice. And you, Malu?
I was thinking here, and I believe I have 3 specific things. So when I go to take a shower, if I not wash my hair, basically my day didn't start. I need it every day, every day.
Single day?
Every single day. I just
Oh,
can't live without a clean hair. Then I love breakfast. I believe it's my best meal in a day. So if I need to skip it, something's wrong, you know. So I always try to put it in my routine because it's super important. For me, it's easier skip, for example, my lunch than the breakfast. So breakfast is an important piece of my day. And in a weekly basis, not exactly every day, but I need to work out. And if I don't do it for 4 days, 5 days, then my anxiety start increasing and it's horrible. So it's not something that I'm doing every day, but I just can't.
Part of a routine.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of my routine, and I just can't stay for a long time without it.
In your breakfast, do you have something that you need to eat eat every single day? Then your day didn't start. An example, my mom, she needs to drink coffee, and if she can't, it's like I need. It's impossible to start the day without it.
Exactly. Coffee is my thing. And I love coffee and specialty coffee, so it's more specific. And if I don't drink it, basically my headache will be a certain. So basically,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I realize it right now that I didn't present myself, but I will present in a really short way just to introduce what I will say after it. I am a researcher. I am studying diabetes patient and the impact of an exercise plus an education intervention in this patient. And when we did the first assessment in this patient, we need to collect an outcome that is called VFC, and we collect the heart of this person, just in a simple way for you to understand. And to collect this, we need the person can't drink coffee or anything with caffeine during this day. An example, sometimes I schedule the first assessment at 4 p.m., 5 p.m. It's the time that this person can go there, and it's the time that I have. So I ask, hey, please don't drink anything with caffeine because it will affect the assessment. So please don't do it, and blah, 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 blah. But for some person, it's like impossible. And I try it, but after lunch was impossible because I had a headache. And if I get this headache, it will be impossible to attend the assessment. So I tried, but it's impossible to stay without a coffee. But it's really hard.
I feel the group. I know exactly how they are feeling.
You know. And you, Ricardo? Do you have a strict routine, or how it is for you?
I try to have this routine. Sometimes it's easier because if you know about next steps, it's possible to schedule or prepare some actions or movements to let your life easier, but unfortunately it's not possible sometimes. But I'm sorry, but I forgot if you, Malu or Victoria, talk about the breakfast. Sometimes meals like breakfast and lunch. Oh, I finished this job, this task, and after some while, I have lunch or breakfast. So I do actions like that a lot of times during my career, but it's useless at the most part of the time, because, well, in certain time, if you have to stop and get this meal, so in this case, if you necessary, okay, go ahead, and after this meal, it's possible to retake this action. So I don't know, a lot of times I work directly and no interruption, and I don't know, maybe 3:00 p.m. I have my lunch. So it's not there aren't any kind of advantages in this action, and someday in the future probably you'll have health problems. So, but sometimes there are kind of people that love routines and others not. So in this case, it's necessary you discover what kind of person you are, and, well, maybe, oh, I feel well with a routine, but certainly there are other people that hate this thing. So
Yeah.
that's it.
But I was thinking here, sometimes we think that routine is just tasks that we need to do in a certain sequence. An example, to wake up in the morning, to brush the teeth, to brush the hair, to take a shower, and this sequence. But an example, my dad, he has a really strict and specific sequence to shave the face.
Mhm.
An example, if he starts like here, and another day he starts here, he like I don't know, he hurts himself in a lot of places because he has this specific sequence. So I think this is a kind of routine that he can't do in a different way. Some people has a sequence to take a shower, so they always start in the same sequence. For me, it's like a routine as well. Do you have something like this, Ricardo? Some sequence?
Not so strict. My wife is a routine person, so she loves this attitude. So, but different from your father or my wife, I don't know, sometimes I forgot a lot of things, and so in this case, my wife have a wonderful memory, so in this case, maybe she it's possible for her remember certain movements, but well, I love routines, but when you talk about your job, I prefer routine.
Yes.
A lot of time is not possible, but I prefer, and I feel well when I have routines in my job. But in other parts of my life, personal life, is not so necessary.
Yeah.
So for example, I use it to wake up the same time or around the same time. But sometimes I don't know. For example, yesterday I wake up 1 p.m. So
Oh,
I'm not, I don't have, so it's
okay.
not so necessary for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Victoria, the question number 3. Can you think of something that you don't have to do because of the change in your life? An example, if now you don't need to work from home anymore, but you are still doing because the force of the habit.
I can't think about one thing that I can't, like, one thing, something that I don't have to do. I don't know, like, in my life, just changed to things that I have to do, not that I don't have to do anymore. Like, it's totally different. Like, nowadays, I have to do more than I did in the past. So I can't imagine. It's my dream. Like, it's my dream to have something that I don't have to do anymore. But unfortunately, it's not my reality.
Yeah. The example that I thought here is not a good example, I know, but my mom in the time of when the pandemic was so strong, so in the beginning of 2020, every place that we arrive, we need to use alcohol in the hands. But nowadays, my mom is like doing this in every place that she is arriving. I know it's part of habit, and I know it's still necessary, but now the thing's more flexible, and I can't say that it's not necessary anymore. But our life is changing, but she can't because she's doing this because of the force of the habit. That was just an example that I could find. And you, Victor? Yeah, go ahead, Victoria, go ahead.
Yeah, like, this example doesn't work for me because I have to put alcohol in my hand all the time at a hospital. So, one more time, it's a common thing to me. I don't know. I don't believe that it's something. So go ahead, Victor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still thinking of it. I have an example, but it's really weird. It's that I keep all my clothes in reverse. Understand it? It's not like this in the other side.
The other side?
Because at my house in Minas, I was afraid of animals, little animals, because I live it near to nature and all kind of animals. And now I don't have to do it anymore because I'm in a big city. It happens, but it's not that much. But I'm just afraid to not looking over everything before I put it on my body, before I dress it. And the other thing is, I just forgot. The alcohol, it's a thing because I am coming back to the time when I need it. I'm starting to get the same feeling of, when I'm in the bus, for example, I can't touch my cell phone without passing the alcohol in my hands because I'm afraid to then touch my eyes and my, it's just crazy thing, but it's not that much. And the other thing, I think I could wake up at 7 if I go to the university and, have breakfast there because it's cheaper, it's not expensive, and it's even better. But I need to do my coffee every day at house after I wake up. And I need to drink it, and just then I'm ready to start my day. But if I could, I could have lunch at the university and it would be more, I don't know, good for me. They have more things to eat, but I just, yes, and it's even cheaper.
And
but I
you
can do
need
it.
to wash the dishes then.
What?
And in the end, you don't need to wash the dishes.
Exactly. Here every day I have the dishes, and I usually don't have time to do it before I go to the university. So I need to do it like at night. And that's my answer, I guess so.
Yes, very good. And you, Malu, do you have something that you don't need to do, but it's you are still doing because of the force of the habit?
When I lived in São Paulo, I used to live away from work and college. So for any place that I need to go, I need to left 1 hour, 1:30 before my appointment. And here, the distance is not the same. So basically, in 10 minutes, I can be anywhere that I need. But I always think that I need to be ready to go 1 hour before or 1 hour and 30. And then when I go to see, oh, okay, it's so close, it's so near from home. So that's something that I when I was in São Paulo, I lived, for example, in Itaquera, and then I moved to Santa Cecilia. I was still doing the same, even when I was closer the center, but now it's more the differences between the distance are bigger because I'm not sure.
Distance is shorter.
They are shorter because here the city is smaller than São Paulo, and the transportation, I can do a lot of things walking. So basically, I'm always facing this kind of issue, trying to thinking that I need to be ready 1 hour or 1 hour and a half before my appointment.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I do it. An example, when I need to go to the university, if I need to go to the bus, I take 1 hour and a half or more. If I arrive at the bus station and they are there waiting for me, okay, 1 hour and a half. But if I need to go like by car, it's like 30 minutes. And if I go with moto, it's like 20 minutes. But I am always thinking 1 hour and a half, 1 hour and a half. So I start getting ready early. But when I need to go out of my house, I think, yeah, what will be my transportation? Then no, I have more time. Then I wait a little bit, but I'm ready. So.
And then you get late, probably, because then you relax about the time.
Sometimes I need to confess. Sometimes. Ricardo, the question number 4. Do you have a bad habit? Do you remember how you developed this?
Well, yes, certainly I have bad habits. For example, finish a task before meals, for example. Sometimes I have to finish this task, and this sometimes not possible. So in this case, sometimes I have lunch 2:00 p.m. or later. But there are some aspects about habits, in my opinion, or sound like me, is about cultural situation. I had some experience. For example, Germany is a little different from Brazil. There is, for example, a guy using a tool, for example, a screwdriver, and this guy dropped the screwdriver in the exact moment that's the how do you say, the ring song from the, I don't know, forgot the name. And instantaneously, he dropped the screwdriver when they all made a task. So, and exactly. And for example, a lot of people tell about Portugal, that's the guys are literally, and they just answer the question sharply. Oh, you ask something, and for example, do you have a Coke? And the guy answered, yes.
That's it.
Exactly. Or another, I just a couple of hours ago, I watched a video about a guy tell about Portugal and, oh, do you have salt? Yes, we have. And
They are waiting.
just yes, how much time the cooker needed to make this deal, make this.
The
Oh,
time is necessary.
exactly.
I watched this video.
Yeah, so, but in Brazil, there are some people that's my father or my wife, but I believe that's most part of the Brazilians don't have strict routines, so it's more relaxed. So about this thing, but a lot of the problems the people have a lot of problems because of the bad habits, so it's caused sometimes mental problems.
Yes.
For example, the guy, specific guy, do the same things in the same situation, and sometimes you made a question. Okay, why do this? I don't know. I just do it. So don't think much about a specific situation. So, or in companies, for example, there are a lot of I forgot the name, the bureaucracy. I don't know. And the most part of this attitude is just because a longer time ago, someone
They're doing the
made
same.
this question, and nowadays occurs the same. So
I think my bad habit is to read a message and then not answer in the time that I did. So most of the time I will forget to answer. But if you ask me something, I will answer in that time. An example, if you ask me, Anna, will you attend next meeting? Yeah, I will answer. Yes, I do. But if you say me something about something that is not a question, that it doesn't mean that they not deserve an answer, but it's a something that you just want to say, that you don't need a specific answer, that you can survive without this answer.
yeah,
Of course, I forgot to answer this.
here maybe.
Yeah. And this is my bad habit. And you, Vito, do you have some bad habit?
Yes, I think I do. Keeping food in the fridge, food that I won't eat, but I'll just let them there because I don't want to just, I need to keep it, but then after a time I can't eat it. So it's a thing that I need to change. And there's also a thing related to anxiety. It's not a bad habit, it's a problem actually. But I had an episode of anxiety in the bus because I was afraid to pee. Actually, I wasn't, going to pee, but I was thinking about it and thinking and thinking and thinking because I didn't pee before getting the bus. So I was, I'm afraid. So I needed to get off the bus and then everything was okay. And I didn't want to do it. But now every day I need to pee before I get a bus. And if I don't do it, I just can't get on the bus. It's a weird thing and it's a bad habit and it's actually a problem because I'm always afraid of not, keeping it. And if I've never had an experience before of,
Yes.
no keeping it, but I'm still afraid and it's weird. I have a second one, a third one, but I just forgot it. I don't know what was it I was going to say.
No
Yeah,
worries.
that's okay.
No worries. If you remember, it's still on time.
Okay.
And you, Malu, do you have a bad habit? And how did you start doing this?
I don't remember how I started it because I was so young, but since I was a child, I used it to bite my nails, and it's horrible. It's not good. So now I'm not doing it, but sometimes it still happens, especially when something is happening. So, for example, moving for another country, it wasn't something so easy, you know, so I had to be so aware it happened, but then I just look at it, and I thought, okay, let's stop now, because if not, it will be always happening again. So it was something that I always did since I was a child. Now I'm trying not doing it, but sometimes it's so difficult.
Right. And we
I
can
I
like
I
you have the movement of doing. You do like this. Oh no, I will not do. And you move your fingers like this, like look.
a couple of weeks ago, that's nowadays is so weird because the guys create a lot of weird things. But a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a video that's a commercial. That's the guy or the woman was using a kind of I forgot the name is mulch, and you put on the hand on the nails, and it's not toxic, but he provokes a horrible taste. In this case, avoid situation.
It's not so new. It's not so brand new. My mom tried it when I was younger, but
Yeah, a long time ago, the people used to put pepper on the nails, but it's like I forgot the name, base on the rent. So it's transparent, but it's provoke a horrible taste.
But the horrible taste is just on the first time that you put, and then you will get used with the tasting. Exactly. So it's not so easy because
certainly.
Yeah, I have this habit, but I now my nails are big, but if I do not paint, I don't know how to say this. If I do not get ready my nails, I will do like this, but I will not. I don't have vocabulary to say this. Yeah, I will not do it. So yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah, always trying and keep in mind that I don't want to do it. So basically, it's a kind of control test.
Yeah.
But also, it's something that sometimes you even see what you are doing. So, for example,
yes.
I'm meeting or I'm working, and and after that, when I go to my mind and say, oh gosh, what I'm doing here. So basically, sometimes it's not I don't know, that I'm rational doing, you know.
Like it's like involuntary.
Exactly.
Let's go. Victor, do you want to choose another question or we'll continue discussion?
Okay.
Your audience, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God, they're so good questions.
Yes.
I'm gonna choose the next one, the sixth, actually. Do you procrastinate until the very last moment? Why do people develop this habit? I do sometimes. I feel that I need pressure to finish a work sometimes, especially with things that I don't want to do. I need to, just relax, and then at the day I'll do it. But I'm not this kind of person all the time. And some things that are really important for me, I don't used to procrastinate. And it's more related to school activities, not work activities. Actually, in the work, I try to do everything I can in the moment that I'm there, because they're paying me for this. So it means I need to do everything. But when it comes to school, university, and subjects that I don't like, it's hard to study. It's hard to keep, control under everything that you need to do. And I think it's normal, because if we, just stay all the time, oh, I need to read this and I need to write this and do that activity. And why do people develop this habit? I don't know. Some people, they're a little bit lazy, and then the others are a little bit anxiety. And it is related to, some people, they do want to do and finish a thing, but they can just because they start thinking about, oh, I need to do this, and they just keep in the mind this kind of feeling that there's a task to be done, but then they just don't do it. And it's a curious thing to think about.
I think the sensation of the time is over, and the time is over, and the time is over.
Yes.
Crush you. I don't know why, but I am like this. An example, I have 10 days to develop a task. And in the first day, I will use the 10 days to perform this task. But in the first day, I will dedicate just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But in the last day, I don't have any day more. I need to finish this today. And I need to use all my effort and everything that I know to finish the task. So the sensation of the time is over, I think it makes us to perform better. I don't know. How do you do this, Ricardo? Do you procrastinate?
Yeah, sometimes, yes. Attitudes like, for example, postpone the alarms on the clock. That's so weird for me, because, certainly you try to schedule this attitude because, okay, I needed to take some while until, for example, your office or something like that. In this case, particularly nowadays, when you talk about the anxious people, it's not so good. It's a poison attitude when you procrastinate something, because, well, nowadays some research is telling about some research is telling that the number of the anxious people is around 80% of the population. So in this case, is a good tip. Don't procrastinate. Try to schedule things and try to do the things when you have enough time. It's much better about this situation. That's certainly during my life. I had some actions like that. So it's no sense, but sometimes happen. Sometimes it happens because you rate this task or something like that. But I don't know. Sometimes it's better when you, okay, I have to go, so I have to do it. So in this case, just do it and reserve another some time in the future to have fun, for example.
Yes, or we can split the task. If I have a big task, I will split this in small things that I can achieve in the end of the day. So an example, if I need to write a paper as a researcher, I have the introduction, the methods, the results, the discussion, and the conclusion. If I need to reflect about the introduction, if I need to correct this, I know that I have 10 days to finish the paper. But in 1 day, it's impossible to finish. But in 1 day, I can do the first and the second paragraph of the introduction. And this is my goal for today. And then next, the other one.
I just read right now, Malu, do you have hours? Do you have this experience? Do you have hours the Portuguese tell? Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote during your
yeah. I watch Brazilian actors, and that he had a son, and they remade a question for the pharmacist, and do you open tomorrow? Yeah. No. It's something like that. Do you open tomorrow? And the guy, yes. And the other day, her son was sick, and they go to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy is not open. And after some day, that's day I have to go to the pharmacy because my son was sick and the pharmacist was closed, and the pharmacist answered, lady, I don't close it. How you open or something like that? That's so weird, you know. They no sense logic, because it's hard to explain in English, but the wonder that, okay, if you close, I have to open before. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
That's so weird, man. I didn't completely understand, but
I can imagine. It's really complicated.
yeah.
But now we are thinking it's funny, but it must be hard to understand why they are not saying the rest of the complete sentence. And an example, if you ask, do you have hours? You would like to know what time is it? No, yeah, I have hours, but I will not say what time is it.
Exactly. So sometimes I need to think twice before asking something, especially because we have some terms that people don't recognize here. So, for example, call someone as moça or moço. There isn't something like that here. So I need to, if you say, hey, moço, nobody's going to understand what you want.
Who is moço?
Yeah. So sometimes my brain needs to be twice before asking for something.
If you cannot ask moço, what is the correct term to use?
Always, sir, senor, senora, something like that. Always.
Yeah.
Rapariga too.
But rapariga is normal?
No, rapariga is not so good to tell about lady, Portuguese lady.
Here it is. So basically,
no, in Brazil, that's Portugal. Okay.
Brazil not, but here it is super common. Yeah, and menino, menina. Sometimes people or older people call me or my husband as menino, menina. Okay.
It's because you are young.
And it's common to tell puto for kids, né? That's weird.
Good to know. I didn't heard yet, but I will.
Maybe someday.
I'll be aware.
Yes. Guys, our time is over. I would like to thank you a lot, Malu. Welcome back. I hope you can attend more and more meetings. Vitor, I miss you so much, so welcome back. Ricardo, my huge fan, thank you so much for continuing attending. And Ricardo, I missed you last week, and I hope to see you here next week. Okay? Next week, I will not be here, but I'm looking for a host for host this meeting. So if you, especially you, Vitor, if you can help me, I would like.
I have class at this time. I'm at university, sorry.
Oh, no. Okay, don't worry. Guys, thank you so much. I hope to see you here more times.